full screen. There we go. We're up. Undo your arms, Paul.
Wow.
Wow.
Sitting back, watching
this
you.
Is,
This is a big improvement since I last stormed out in a fury.
Yes, it is. What do you say,
Sorry,
Columbus, about this?
Put the microphone closer and turn the sound up on the microphone.
Okay, turn this. Can you hear me now? Can you hear us now? How is this sound? Let me turn some more light.
In front of you and turn the knob on it.
I turned the knob on it. Oh, there we go. There we go.
1, 2, there we go.
There we go. How is that sound? 1, 2, 3. Can you hear that, everybody? Hello. This is not the Louis Schaefer live stream. This is Paul.
Hello.
We did a show just now. We recorded a show. It's going to be on at 5 o'clock today.
A radio show.
A radio show.
Yeah.
And we want to promote that.
We're promoting that on your vastly, may I say, improved setup here.
And yes, big round of applause for
to Columbus. Yeah.
Oh,
very good. I'm very impressed. I mean, if anybody out there needs kind of help with their streaming, I could thoroughly, just by looking at the improvement, witnessing it myself, I could thoroughly recommend Columbus. So get in touch with the show and give Columbus a job.
Yes. Hey, Lou, Sunday was yesterday. Oh, does it say Sunday? Did I make a mistake here? Hold on a second. Let me just see if I can change this thing. Where is this thing? It says Monday.
Yeah. Hey guys, wow.
I don't know what that is. Sunday. Where is?
Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, you've basically.
Where did I say Monday?
Well, it says Sunday there.
Oh,
I think you've gone live on the wrong event.
Well, this is the wrong thing.
Yeah. Never mind.
This needs to be deleted. Can you still hear me, Joodles? How are you? Hey, Kinsey. Hey, thank you for listening. We're just going to do a short promo here.
Okay, let's do that.
Unless you want to talk until 5 o'clock.
No, I don't want to do that. That's one of the reasons.
The problem is I scheduled the thing at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And if I schedule the thing at 5 o'clock, it means it's going to compete with us being online.
Yes, this is very bad.
Is it bad?
Well, why would you even take away? We've got at most, we worked it out, 20 viewers. Listeners to our radio show, and then you're going to entice 4 of them at least away from listening to that to watching you talk drivel.
Do you think that many 20?
Well, 3.
3. Yeah, but they could. Maybe what I could do is I could say, listen at 5 o'clock. Yeah. Listen to this at 5 o'clock, and then at 5:30 we'll go online. I'll just make it delayed a half an hour.
Yeah, or you could then make the recording when they put it on the Mixcloud. You could make the recording available as a link, and then a radio show that they've missed later at their own leisure.
Right.
Or whether that helps us or not, I'm yet to be convinced.
Or the live stream. Yeah. Then we tell them on the live stream at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
That what you're missing now, you could go to this thing and then come back.
That's true.
As a sort of a live thing.
I've not heard. I don't recall
anything like
many people who say that. Just don't watch us now. Go and watch something else and then come back.
Well,
but you should be the first to do it, of course. You are the first to do a lot of things.
We got the hot girls here. We got Joodles and Kinsey and Joe. What's happening?
These 3 women?
We're just having a pop-up.
Kinsey is a lady.
Is a lady.
Wow.
It's a great name.
I've
told her millions of times.
Kinsey, the doctor.
Dr. Kinsey, yeah.
He's a sex doctor.
I was thinking Kinsey, who's on GB News, this beautiful, beautiful woman who talks about America.
No, I don't know about her.
Beautiful,
but
beautiful
Dr. Kinsey, he was like that sex doctor.
Yes, I know Dr. Kinsey. I know everything.
Yeah.
Columbus, what do you think we should do about the 5 o'clock showing?
I think you should leave me alone.
I think
leave the poor boy alone. He's done enough for you.
He's very irritable. Is he irritable?
I would be.
Your show. Stop asking me when I'm not.
But you're like the expert in this, Columbus. We have 9 viewers.
He's done everything he can, and he wants you just to live. He's like your parent. He's basically he's done everything. Now go free. He's at this stage.
Yeah,
but he's pushing you out, and you're just like timid, and you can't do it, and the world is scary, and you can't do it. You just need to go.
He reminds me. I'm not gonna say he reminds me, but I had a friend of mine. Columbus doesn't know what he's doing here. But he knows enough to check it out. He knows as much as anybody. He doesn't consider himself an expert.
Anybody, a lot more than you.
A lot more than me, which is more than anybody. And eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to say, oh, do this and do this. Eventually I'll figure it out, I think so.
Are we even how do you know that we're live?
Because people, how do we...
Where's the picture?
Because Columbus,
why have you lost the picture?
Can hear this. Oh, okay. Why have we lost the picture? Why have we lost the picture? Hold on a second. I don't know how to get back. See, I want to just say, show me what to press.
That's not it.
Not live.
What do you mean I'm not live?
You are live.
Oh, we're live.
You've
Okay.
scheduled-
Oh, I see it.
you've
There we go.
scheduled another
Hey
promo.
guys, so confused.
upcoming.
All right, I see. Right.
Okay, so can I turn off that promo that I've scheduled?
Yeah, you need to delete that because
Can I how do I...
That's why, because there's one at 2:41 and one at 2:42.
How do I
so it's very
delete this
confused.
one? How do I delete
Well, this is the one we're on, I think.
How do I delete this one? It doesn't say. Columbus
It doesn't
won't tell me how to delete it.
Let's just do what we want to do.
Right-click it.
Don't worry,
Right-click it.
do it later.
I'm right-clicking. It says copy-paste.
We are live. It's Joe.
We're live.
Joe
And every
telling
single
us.
show that I do has some problem like this. I don't know how to delete this.
then don't bother them.
Yeah,
Come
just
and-
leave
come
it.
and- just come
It
and-
doesn't matter.
No.
Forget about this.
No, because there's two of them on. They're gonna there's gonna be an echo sound. It's something
No,
bad.
Nobody's tuning into two at the same time, and also you can't do it.
I want to delete one of them.
Well,
I
delete
can't
the
have
second
I
one.
can't have both of them here.
Just go to
Columbus.
that. Because we're obviously on the first one. Go to click and delete it.
This says Monday.
Delete it. It's a possibility.
Oh, okay. Delete it.
So there you
okay.
go.
Delete it. Okay.
It's because you set it up, but
There you
we're
go.
obviously on the Sunday because it says Sunday was yesterday. Joodle said
Joodle
so.
said,
So
yeah.
we're obviously we went
Yes,
live on the
that's
wrong
true.
one.
So why can't Columbus just say, "Let me just have a look at
Well,
it"?
because we've sorted
You
it.
know how much rent Columbus is paying. You know how much rent he's paying.
I could guess.
Yeah, nothing.
Right.
Nothing. That's how much he's getting. Hey, Max 76, love problems. It makes it real life. Well, this is
Well, you
real
still have
life.
it. Just put the picture back up.
How do we put the picture back up? I forget how to do that. The editor, not there.
No, it was that.
Overlays? No.
No, it was in layout, I think, wasn't it? Oh no.
No, maybe studio mode. Maybe that's it. No.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, that's it. What have you done? There you go.
And then I go
That's
back
good.
here,
All right.
full screen.
Okay, you don't need to go full screen. As long as we know we're in picture.
We
I
know
think
we're
that's
there.
important.
Kinsey's laughing. You know, they love the problems because this is you said this to me because we're not of a similar age. You're 10 years younger than I am.
True.
Is girls, women, they love the real Louis Schaefer. That's what you're saying.
This is what I'm saying.
Why are you saying that?
Because
Do you love the real Louis Schaefer? Do you want me to get
because I knew listen.
Yeah.
Kinsey and Joe and everyone.
Yeah.
I've known Lewis when he was my age 10 years ago. I've known him for longer than that. But when
Yeah.
when he was my age, he was going through the hair dyeing
Yes,
phase. Do you
very
remember
bad,
that?
yes.
It's just terrible. It's
It was
idiotic.
terrible. It
It's
was
just-
terrible.
watching you live through that is why I'm living through my own
But
non-dying.
you never said, "Hey, Louis, you look horrible with the
Well,
hair."
I'm too polite to say that.
Yeah, and that's what's bad with this country. You're a proper English guy, and that's
But
really fucking
this
horrible.
is why I'm not dyeing my hair, because I thought
Yeah.
the last thing I'm going to do.
Yeah.
You're a great role model for me of what not to do in 10 years' time.
Yes, and I colored my hair for many years. I colored my hair from 1994, maybe.
So this is
to
why I keep
2000.
asking you about your health, because
Yeah.
whatever you're doing, I'm making sure I do the exact opposite.
Oh, I see.
That's why I'm thinking, okay, this is interesting about the meat.
Yes.
Yeah, just the meat and the,
meat.
liver and the...
Well, I lecture these people all the time.
I
They
know.
don't follow me. They don't follow me.
Yeah.
Too early for me, and an off ski. Expect it will be on later. Yes.
Yes,
I'm
well,
off
he will
ski.
be.
He
But
will.
basically, what we're here to do is
Mac,
promote our radio show.
Our radio show, which is on at 5 o'clock today.
5 o'clock.
At Resonance FM.
Yeah, if you live in London.
I'm going to put the information on Twitter.
Yeah, brilliant.
And maybe I'll put it on something
Yeah,
else.
104.4 FM.
It's good. It's us discussing
We've
stuff.
got a lively banter
We've
going
got
on.
We've got a good banter, and I thought I was a bit bothering.
Controversial.
Controversial. I was, you know.
No,
because-
I was controversial for a change.
What did you say about
Well, I was talking about
those people are
those
dead?
people who I don't like.
And we're allowed to hate them. We're allowed to hate the baby boomers.
Yeah, yeah.
And I had to remind them that I'm a baby boomer.
Yeah, yeah. I've got...
Resonance. That's
Yeah,
exactly
resonance.
right. With an
Yeah.
with an S. RESONANCE. That's exactly right.
Where are you reading
Jules.
this?
Right in the bottom.
Oh,
there,
right,
Right
yeah.
in the bottom.
Okay.
15 viewers.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Pretty
So
good.
do you think I could be on all the time? It's very exhausting, this thing.
I think you should... Not only do you... I haven't checked it, but not only do you definitely hold the record for the longest ever silent broadcast with a sound fault.
Yes.
That
yes.
is, and you probably have beaten the nearest rival by a factor of 3 or 4.
It was only an hour long.
Yeah, but I mean, the most. I bet you the next record holder did 6 minutes at tops before he
And the-
realised
and
he
the
was
fact-
a
and the
complete
fact
idiot.
That you left. You just walked out
Yeah,
all angry.
I'm glad I did.
And I forgave you for this. I mean, I haven't forgotten it. And I'm still angry when you hung up on me over the COVID.
Yes.
5 years ago. Do
I
you
did,
remember
yeah,
that?
of course I did.
You said I can't
I can't talk to you about this
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
Hang on, what do you want me to do? Keep holding
until
on.
you say, Lewis, let me just see what you understand. And
I
then
did
you,
see, didn't I?
No, you have to go. So you're saying this.
Okay.
You're saying this.
Yes.
And then you say something like that's very interesting.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I didn't do that.
You didn't do that.
No,
you
I
say
didn't do
that's
that.
very interesting.
I said this is a load of
I
old.
no, yes, you don't say that. You say it strikes
And I'm leaving.
me. It strikes
Bosh.
me as that.
Yeah.
Most people believe it's a load of old tosh.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's a load of old tosh.
True.
And you say, you know what? Right now, it's a bit too much for me to think about.
Who talks like that to people?
Well, we should in England. That's the way we should talk to
Right.
people.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I right? Isn't that the right thing to say?
Well. Yeah. I mean, in certain,
You say to
in
me,
certain
let's say
circles.
you're trying to explain something to me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
And you say, Lewis, this COVID thing's the worst thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
And instead of me, which was what I would normally do, say, you're a fucking idiot,
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
I would go, how do you think so? Why do you think so? Why is it different than other
But
things?
why should I do that? Because when you're saying something
Yeah.
which is idiotic,
Yeah, you
I just
should
go,
do
this is,
that.
I can't, I'm not living with this.
You
I'm
should-
going away.
you
Bosh,
should
I
do
hung
that.
up.
Anyway, so I forgive you, Paul. I don't
Okay.
forgive
It
you.
was about
I
4
don't
years
forgive
ago
you.
as well.
I
You,
find
you obviously hold on to this,
I
you know,
find you-
like you're very deeply insulted, weren't you? in your-
properly annoying. Okay, so it's on Resonance FM.
Yeah.
It's 104.4 in London. If you're none, Van Voldberg, this is Slumbert is saying something. I never understand what he's saying, but I appreciate it. He's from Denmark.
Oh, is
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, Denmark. We've got.
I
a lot
remember
of
him.
listeners.
He was the one who was helping us when we did your
Yeah.
very first terrible trial, Slumbert. Elvis Metal. Yeah.
Yeah, and Lee G says, "Hello, did you say COVID? Have well had our booster?
Have we all had our boosters?
No, well, I haven't had any
I
boosters. I
haven't
haven't
had
had the
boosters.
first one. You had two though,
did, yeah.
and you when you were proper sick after you did the first one. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And you went and got a second one. I told you don't have a second one. And that's when you were actually proper sick person. You had huge blood sugar levels. Remember we had the test?
Yes.
And now you've probably lowered that tremendous. I don't have a thing. You've lowered that tremendously.
I have, probably.
And that's
I
what
don't know,
that's
but-
what people do. They listen to me. They say they're not following
Poor
me.
chap.
Oh no, poor chap. What is that?
I'll tell you what I did have, if
Yeah.
you're interested. Do you remember there were radio adverts saying if you've had
Yeah.
your COVID boosters and you have a headache,
Yeah.
a persistent headache, for a certain amount of time, you should phone your GP. And I was walking, did have this big headache. And
Yeah.
I never really ever have had headaches, so I don't get
Are
them.
you having them now?
No, I'm not. But I was complaining every morning. I was saying to my wife, this headache. And one day she
Don't
said...
brag about having a
No, but one day she said to me,
Yeah.
if you're not going to do anything and do what it says on the, stop telling me about your having a headache.
Right.
And I thought, that's true. So I went to
The doctor.
So I phoned up the doctor and they said it's fine. But then they called me back.
Because?
And it was like, this was in the middle of lockdown. And they said, the doctor said, hello, is that Mr. Hugh? I said, yeah. Yeah, I've discussed your case with my colleagues, and we think you should go down to A&E.
Yeah.
And I went, okay, when? Now.
Oh, like it
I
was
was
really
like,
scary.
what do you mean? She went, now. I'm
Yeah.
going to text you a letter. And whatever letter they texted me, which at that time I didn't even know that was a possible thing, that triaged me up to number 1 in the whole of Lewisham.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was shitting myself, basically.
And so what did they say you had?
No, so that I
They said you
basically
had diabetes.
I stood there. I stood there. I waited there for about 4 hours in that.
In which hospital? was
In
that?
Lewisham,
Okay.
and then they took some bloods, and so I had a catheter, or whatever it's called, hanging out on my arm for
Yeah,
4
yeah,
hours,
yeah.
and then somebody came and said, "No, you're fine. You can go home. And if it comes back, if it gets worse, call us." So I don't know what that was all about.
Did they tell you you had diabetes at the time?
They didn't tell me that. No.
No, they didn't.
No. I don't know what they looked for, but they just let me walk home. So I ended up walking home. So I was.
I know you
I
could
was
have
starving.
had a stroke and die. And
I
this
could have
is
had a
the
stroke on the
NHS.
way home. Could
This
have been
is-
mugged.
This is the NHS is the second worst operation in all of Britain.
What's the worst?
I don't even know what the worst is. I think another second worst one is
Yeah.
the BBC.
Joint second worst.
But the number one worst organization
Yeah.
in Britain is
Yeah.
not even British. It's Team World. It's the globalists who've taken it
I don't
over.
even understand this, so I don't even want you to explain
I'll tell you
it to
explain
me.
it.
Don't explain it.
Okay, well, whatever. Someone
Yeah.
will explain it.
Somebody
The
else can
globalists.
explain it to me when I'm not here.
Yeah. 18 watching now, so you can't leave. She's 17. I can't leave because I got 18 people watching.
Oh my God.
And it's growing. And they weren't expecting us to be watching this at this
Do you
time.
know what that quote is? That number has
Where
just
was-
made.
where is it?
He's Danish, but
Something rotten in the state of Denmark. That's from Hamlet.
Very good.
There you go. Are you Danish?
Oh,
Lewis
yeah,
is
look, good-
Street.
good Hamlet quote.
He's making a joke. He's
Yeah.
making a joke. Yeah, I mean, these are all good people. Yes, the BBC is the second worst thing. And people are finding out that they'll let anti-Semitic things because they have
That's true.
no, and let's say they don't even believe in that. They have no backbone. But the worst thing about it is they believe in it. And anti-Israel, because Israel is a state, Israel's Jews, the British people are, the team world is against it. It's one of those things that team world is against. Is Israel the state of...
But wait a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to get into your weird theories about all this, but isn't Trump pro-Israel, and isn't Trump your guy?
Yes.
So
he's-
how do you square those two
I
completely
didn't-
conflicting?
maybe I misstated it. Is the team world, the globalists,
Right.
hate independent states. They all want one country, we're one people, no borders. Everybody's equal. Everybody's the same. We love everybody. That's what the globalists want. Donald Trump says we're fighting for America, and secondarily, we're fighting for individual states, which is Israel. We're not going to be told Israel shouldn't exist. That's the American way.
Okay.
Okay? Do you understand that?
No.
Galactus, I thought Lewis was scheduled for 5 p.m.
Yes, he
is.
is.
It a double stream day?
He is.
Yes, it is. It's a double stream
Look,
day.
yeah, loving the knee. There's a bit of knee.
Knee, I got
action.
knee, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm wearing a shirt. I don't even realize I don't even have buttons on this shirt. And this is a nice shirt.
Pretty cool.
Lewis's circles are rarely squared, Paul. You know that already.
This is true. Who is
Yeah.
this person? Joodles. That,
I find Joodles very, very attractive.
do you?
She's-
I
know-
like Joodles.
Yes. You know, like these women that are mental?
Maybe she's Jewish. Is that
No,
is there a
she's not.
pun?
She comes
Okay.
from Northern Ireland. She's,
Oh, no.
Yeah. You don't like Northern Ireland?
No.
No, sorry about that.
Sorry,
But-
Joodles.
No, but it is scary. I'm getting over the fact. I mean, that I like the
I've
idea.
been to Belfast, not
Yeah.
once, but twice. No,
I've
3
been there
times.
too. And but
No, 4 times,
but the
5 times.
Northern Irish people, they're all Scottish people. They're all very. Lewis finds every woman attractive. Honestly, to tell you the truth,
Well, who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? What do you mean? I'm supposed to go? Ooh, yuck.
Yeah.
No, you're
No,
good.
I'm with you on that.
I would do you.
I'm with you on that.
My friend Lucy says, she says, I do you. I do, I do you. You know, it says,
I would do you.
I would do you.
Yeah, I do
would
you.
do you.
Yeah,
I
no,
would
that's
do
a funny, that's an English little
Yeah.
phrase, yeah.
Lewis, Joodles isn't Jewish. You're thinking of Judah.
Joodles. You think of Joodles.
Joodles. Very funny. The people are...
How many
Yeah.
comedians do people know where you have to explain the
jumped there.
pun to them? It's like, oh my God.
I'm really bad.
Yeah,
I'm
you are really bad.
I'm really bad. I'm sorry.
Joodles.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
but all
okay.
these people, these are people who are basically, they've subscribed to me. So
Okay.
you must have gotten a notice, right? Did everybody get a notice this was on? I didn't know. I just do this because I just appease.
To appease
Paul.
my attention seeking, isn't
because
it?
you're attention seeking. But now he's an attention seeker by being a tennis pro. Do you girls
Yeah.
do you girls play tennis? You can play tennis with.
I'll play, yeah. I'm into it.
Lewis's circles are very squared. Okay. It pops up. So that happens is it pops up. There are 19 people
Yeah.
watching us. Good
Yeah,
afternoon.
yeah.
This is non-stick.
Actually, you know what this shows? It does show that people are actually got YouTube on the telly more than BBC or anything like that.
Is it that? Or
I
is,
think so.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I watch about 10
I
hours
have
of
YouTube on the TV.
How many hours a day do I watch at Columbus?
He's
Has he here? Has he left? He's not even.
he doesn't
He's
wanna talk.
smiling.
He doesn't want to talk to you.
I know. He was so lovely for a couple.
I should tell these people that I've known Columbus for a long time, since he
Yeah.
was 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
And-
how I
and-
knew you,
and-
isn't it? That's
Yeah.
how I know
And now you have to say something nice about Columbus.
I
What do
like
you-
Columbus. I've taken Columbus on holiday
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 times at least.
Yeah, very nice. Did you
Very
take?
true. Very appreciated.
Yeah, there's a lot. He
Yeah.
appreciates it. See,
good.
He's
you don't
very
normally.
polite.
I don't know. I must confess to not watching your live stream. But what I have seen, Columbus doesn't compliment you very often. Here
Yeah.
he is complimenting me, thanking me.
Nice
You know.
stuff to compliment them.
See?
Yeah. Yeah, he's done a good
Yeah.
thing by you. Have I ever taken you on holiday, Columbus? Not really.
Went to Cornwall.
We went to Cornwall
Yeah, that
with
sounds nice.
Angela and Angela's kid.
Yeah.
I never watch terrestrial TV anymore, says Galactus.
Exactly.
Mark Stein and Lewis kicked off GB. Was the last straw for me. Now only watch online streams. Yeah. They kicked us off.
But you're not kicked off. This is like you're such a victim. You're
Yes.
oh, I'm off. I'm sad.
Ask these people if I've been kicked off. They closed the show. If they wanted me so
The
badly.
show is closed because
if they
of
wanted me, they should have had it. We have a show ready for Louis Schaefer the next
the Louis
day.
Schaefer show. Just
And
because they haven't given you that.
I was in the process of being kicked off. Josh kicked me off the show.
Yeah, but you were back
I was-
virtually immediately, weren't you, on that other geezer?
One day a week is not good enough, and I had to be funny in order to be like kept going.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
really funny.
that's
Headliners
stretching-
was Louis.
stretching
these,
it,
These
isn't it?
people are just too nice to me. They're really nice. I didn't think I was that great, but yeah. And
That's true, though. I told you what Galactus says. Headliners was it? I told you this before any of this rubbish. I said that is a funny show when you're on it, but so I would
The rest of the show
I would
was.
record the show,
Yeah.
and in the morning, if I remembered it, or in the day, I'd see that I'd recorded it. I'd look at yesterday's show, and if Lewis was on it, I'd probably end up watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't you, I was like, just delete it because. It was terrible, but it's a great. I told you this at the time.
Yeah.
It's a great idea for a show because we in Britain fail to have something like the the
Fox,
Jimmy Kimmel.
yeah.
No, but the talk shows where they're talking about news and they satirise it and do comedy.
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
Kimmel Show, Jimmy Fallon, The Late
Yeah.
Show, Colbert. All those kind of shows. We don't have that. We have no tradition of
Right.
that. So to have a kind of a contemporary, current comedy news thing was great. You were funny, but the problem for the show
Okay,
was
well,
that
listen,
they weren't
wait,
funny.
pause.
That's it.
Pause. You're saying the rest of the people were not funny.
I'm saying that everybody seemed to forget that they're not interesting reporters.
Because we were taken over by Josh.
They're very
during
boring.
during the whole Israel thing.
They're not. You're not journalists and you're not reporters.
Yeah.
You're just meant to be funny, and nobody
people-
else is funny.
And what Joe Sanders says, she says, I often found others tried to talk over me, you. Very annoying. Yeah, because they didn't think I was funny. They don't think I was funny. They said, where is Louis Schaefer?
Look, Joodles.
What does Joodles say?
I tell you what, me and Joodles,
He's got his own channel.
I
son.
could.
We're all
I
watching it
probably
right now.
would
Yeah.
get over my disdain for the Northern Ireland. It's
Yeah.
not the Northern. It's
For
not the Northern
Joodles.
Irish. It's Joodles is
Yeah.
probably. She's pulling me in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's very scary too. She got
she?
mad at me. Yeah, she did get mad at me. She got mad at me because I forgot her telephone number in the middle of the night, and I took whatever.
Yeah,
We shouldn't say that. We shouldn't say the reveal
I've had a lot of.
person,
I'll tell you something about Northern Ireland, which you may not know.
Yeah.
There's only one case that I'm aware of. At least
Right.
there used to be, the last I looked, only one case of an elected politician
Yeah.
resigning due to racial abuse.
So they don't racially abuse anybody.
But
Oh,
to
he
the
was
extent,
making. Stop. He was making racial abuse.
no, for
or he-
being racially abused, and that is
Yeah.
that was a Chinese councillor in
Yeah.
Northern Ireland.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem with Northern Ireland.
It
Is
is.
they were getting balanced in this like, hey, we hate each other, and then suddenly the place is overrun by
But
dirty
the thing is,
foreigners.
the other thing is,
Yeah.
ethnically, demographically, in Northern Ireland,
Yeah.
the biggest ethnic minority is Chinese.
Oh, is that right?
And so, so
Well,
they
that's
don't
what it
have
used
any
to be.
black or brown people there. So
That's
that's
what it
also
used
why I
to
don't
be.
like the place. I mean, no, you can keep it.
Keep
As
it.
a fact, it's, as far as that dichotomy is concerned,
Yeah.
Republican or loyalist, as far as I'm concerned, they can have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Josh is very funny, but the show is about, like you said, it's about being funny. And
Yeah.
somewhere along the line, people forgot. I came on the show. Russ told me, be funny, be outrageous, just pump it.
Yeah.
Pump the craziness. And that's, I didn't even have to pump it. I just not crazy. Just be
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
And Josh took the whole Israel thing seriously. And he stopped putting any stories that didn't have anything to do with Israel or trans in the whole thing. So that's what happened.
Yes.
And it's what happened.
Not good.
It's not good. Okay. So what should we do? We'll see you later.
Yeah, we're coming up to it. Look, 25 minutes. I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Okay. So we'll see you later.
That was a problem. I found
Tonight.
most of them on headliners off. Yeah, exactly. They just weren't funny. They forgot. It's like they'd forgotten. It's like suddenly they thought they were
it's
Jeremy
not
Bowen.
just- It's not just Josh wanted to make a point. He thought he could change people's opinion about the Jews. People have hated the Jews forever. They hated Israel forever.
Yeah.
And he thought he's going to say something and make people like the Jews. The truth is, if you don't like if you hate the Jews, if you don't see anything wrong with being anti-Semitic, then there's nothing we can say to you.
All right.
We're back at 5
Back
p.m.
at 5 o'clock. Just Lewis on
Enjoy
his
the
own.
tennis.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. 19 viewers. A
Yeah,
big round of
pretty good.
applause for you. Every
thank you
single
very
one of you. Aren't they great? They're great people.
This is amazing.
This is amazing. Well, I'm ending the stream. Okay, see you at 5. Josh,
See you guys.
never going to
Wow.
change people's opinion about the Jews with the hair and beard. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is totally true. Sorry, it's not good. What time does Sean Connery get to Wimbledon? 10ish. That's a funny
He
joke.
gets it. Okay,
That's
at least you
nonsense.
got it. I didn't have to explain it.
I got it.
Yeah.
10ish. 24 people were watching today. Okay, well, thank you, Kinsey.
That's
We'll
good.
see you. We'll see you at 5.